First of all, I would like to pay my high respect to moderators, special hosts, and defensive committee and interrogative committees. So today I'm so happy to be here for present my presentation. My name is Bundesa. So my topic is talk about how to manage the classroom management at Xavier Jesuit Primary School. So in this slide, I talk about content. In my research, I have six chapters. Chapter 1 is talk about introduction. To chapter 6 is talk about conclusion and recommendation. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, please move to 1.1 is talk about background of the study. Classroom management is the significant part of effective teaching and learning process. 1.2 is statement of problem. According to my research, I follow the same question asked introductive this study research. 1 is talk about how to manage the classroom environment. 2 is talk about what activity to control the classroom atmosphere. 3, which way to create positive teachers. Classroom management. 4, what is reward and strategies. 5, what is the main point to teaching and learning activity in the classroom. And about number 6 is talk about how the teacher to present and performance. Now everyone, don't waste the time. Please go to 1.3. It talk about objective of the study. It means that it is the purpose of the topic, and it also I already mentioned the last slide. So 1.4 is talk about significance of the study. The first, the benefit of managed classroom. We will learn more and more in the classroom. Second, teacher are the main responsibilities. It means that the teacher is the main person in the classroom to manage the student. For the third, the teacher should use the technique for control the student and feel the confidence for control in the classroom. Now we move to 1.5 is talk about scope and limitation of the study. They already mentioned my topic is talk about how to manage the classroom at primary school. And also I asked some teacher at Xavier Jesuit School for collect my data. And I spent time for 1 week for my collection data at Xavier Jesuit School. And sometimes I need to meet face to face with the principals and the teacher for get the information. So everyone, go to 1.6 is talk about conceptual framework. In this slide we have input and process and output. Input is we talk about objective of the study, and process we talk about the topic, and output we talk about the result that we get after we do the research. So now everyone, please move to chapter 2. It talk about literature review. In this slide has many points. So I just choose 2.1 for definition of the classroom. They already mentioned you previously. Okay. The definition of the classroom is means that the teacher and the student in the classroom, and teaching and learning process in the classroom. Teaching is the responsibility by the teacher, and learning is responsibility by the student. So now everyone, don't waste the time. Please go to the next slide. It's talk about chapter 3. Chapter 3 talk about general situation of institute. 3.1 is the background of Xavier Jesuit School. Xavier Jesuit School is an education private school in Untitled. Xavier Jesuit School has 2 compounds. One is in Dailo and another one is Phnom Penh. And the location of Xavier Jesuit School, Dailo and Phnom Penh village, the clan, commune and Untitled province. Now we move to 3.2. It talk about vision. Xavier Jesuit School is the happy learning community with the safe environment. So now we move to 3.3 mission. Xavier Jesuit School promote to develop of the world person, and also they have the 4 C. 1 is consent, 2 is commitment, and 3 compassion, and the last one is commitment. And everyone, here is the logo of Xavier Jesuit School. 3.5 is talk about structure of Xavier Jesuit School. In Xavier Jesuit School, we have principals and 3 coordinators, and 1 librarian and another other teacher. So now we move to chapter 4. We talk about research design and methodology. 4.1 is research design, descriptive for finding study. 4.2 is simple design. Like I tell you, I chose the 10 teachers for respond my questionnaire, and I didn't choose a student for my response because they are so young, so it is difficult to get the information. So number 4.3, research instrument. The questionnaire is you collect the data of such variable and with the 20 statement. 4.4, data collection of procedure. Permission from UME to South Year Jesuit School, delivery questionnaire. And also I go there from by my mobile, and also I work here also. So 4.5 is talk about strategies called treatment and underlines. I use Microsoft Excel 2020-30 to underline and present text and mean for get the data set variable. So now everyone, please move to chapter 5 that talk about presentation, analysis and interpretation of data. Everyone, please take a look. 5.1 is demographic profile. Here is talk about stage of the teachers, and here talk about stage of the teachers. Age of the teachers. And the last one is talk about experience of the teachers at South Year Jesuit School. So we move to 5.2 is talk about presentation the variable. Like here is the main point of my research, because it is the total variable for my research. So I want to show you that the highest point, the highest mean is 4.51. It's talk about classroom atmosphere, and the lowest is 3.8. It's talk about create positive teachers classroom management. So the total of the mean is 4.11. So now everyone, please move to chapter 6. It's talk about conclusion and recommendation. 6.1 is talk about conclusion. All the teacher that has the report how to manage the classroom, it really know how to the techniques and also to use in their class. 6.2 recommendation. The teacher should separate the student and send them to clean and prepare the class. And continue to the next, teacher should include motivate to the student to have a good behaviors and like to study in the classroom environment. And the next, teacher should be well organized classroom environment, and the teacher should have a good relationship with all the students. And the last one of my recommendation, the teacher should use the techniques in the classroom. So now that's all my presentation, and at the last I would like to say thank you for your presentation, for my presentation, sorry.